When was the last time you were happy? I don't mean like today's happiness where it's just moments of joy. I mean genuinely happy, where you were fulfilled, content, satisfied. So for me, that's definitely pre-pandemic, pre-social media, right? I was more sure of myself. I was content and fulfilled. Yeah. Actually knew what I like, what I wanted, the type of music, all of that, right? But then after social media, you can feel when things started to change, when things started to creep in, you know. I think after social media, there's a general sense of unfulfillment, discontentment, and I'm from the generation that's pre-social media, right? So I know what the world was like before social media came about. And I'll tell you this, you used to hear about your friends, your friends from high school or friends who moved away, and you'd be genuinely excited for them. You'd be excited without that inner feeling of comparison. And after social media, instead of hearing about it, you started seeing it. You started seeing it on all the social media platforms, like all the people who you would have probably not have direct contact with anymore because they're not in your environment anymore. You start seeing what's happening with them. And of course, social media, nobody posts negative stuff. Everybody posts the positive stuff that's happening in their life. And I would say you don't even recognize when this feeling of comparison starts to set in, but you just realize that you have a new metric for what happiness looks like for your life. You just realize that you start to be overly critical about yourself. And that's something I noticed that people didn't really mention, or people don't really talk about, that they feel since social media has taken root in our society. But I'll tell you this, I think that this have a negative impact on society on a whole. So majority of the people in the world today, I would say, they're bad mind, as Jamaicans would say. But it really is the side effect of social media. As I said before, it's like there's a rise in envy amongst all of us. And with envy and discontent, we breed segregation. In fact, you see how this thing happened with Trump at the rally? It's genuinely because of this feeling of envy and discontent that we have. It has morphed into this, and that's a result. That's a part of the whole segregation. And we can also understand why the rise of cancel culture came about. Yeah, misery love company. Everybody wants to take down somebody because they feel like they should have, or comparison is a thief of joy. That's really what it is. And I always think about what we can do to get out of that. So at first, I think you need to kind of have a measurement as to what exactly is happiness, like have some form of metric. And there's a YouTuber, Charlie Morgan. Check out his YouTube channel. So he's put it into words that I like. Very simple equation. So you have 3 points: health, wealth, and love. And that's the formula for happiness. Once you have all three, then you're generally happy. I'll go further though and to kind of describe love as really your connection with and your ability to share with people around you, right? And I'll describe wealth not in the sense of having an abundance, but in the sense of being able to take care of your daily needs as well as to take care of an emergency if it ever arises, right? So once you have all three, then in a general sense you're happy. But how do you get there? How do you get to check all three boxes? Now, what I think you and I need to do is, number one, love and accept ourselves, and that goes without saying. You know, there are things that we can't change about ourselves. My finger is my finger, my face is my face. You know what I mean? So you love and accept what you can't change. And then number two, I'd say you improve on what you can change and improve on it daily. So let's say, for example, it's a vocabulary issue. You do some reading. Read a book every day, that kind of thing. Let's say it's weight issues. Hit the gym. So just daily improve on the things that you can improve on. That's what I'd say. Number three, your health. Take charge of your health. So that could look like eating a proper meal. That could look like, going to the doctor regularly. That could look like taking your medication. There are various frameworks of taking care of your health. And you just get into control of that, I would say. Take charge of your finances as well. Basically what you want to do is kind of automate a flow of income that actually covers your daily expenses. And as I say, you have some kind of reserve to take care of an emergency if it ever arises. Yeah. Also, unplug from social media and unplug from the echo chamber. In the echo chamber in real life, because sometimes you have some people around you that's kind of really negative. So kind of just take a break from that from time to time. And I'd follow that up with saying sometimes you just need to be alone with your thoughts, and be present in that moment when you're alone. Like, be present, feel the air around you. Smell what's happening around you, feel the terrain beneath your feet, that kind of thing. Hear the birds, just be fully present. And I'd follow that up with also notice the small things, because it's in the small things that you really find life lessons and beauty. And that's my last point, by the way, to cherish and recognize the small things. But yeah, tell me, when was the last time you felt happy? And tell me, what's the turning point for you in your life? Like, what's the benchmark? For me, my benchmark is social media / the pandemic. So let's chat about it.